account, then there should be a reason why we have the joint account. So if the dominance is as regards the purpose why the account was opened, you understand, then I don't think there should be a problem actually.
It depends on the situation. Okay, it's important to have separate accounts, but if you have a joint project you're working on, or a particular idea you guys have in the future, you can create a joint account for that purpose.
Let for me, it depends on your choice, because communication matters. So it depends on what they agreed on. Do you need to have a joint account, or should we make it separate, or should we open an account for the kids? So it depends on what they want, and it depends on how they communicate and how they understand each other. But I cannot come and decide whether it's what they want. But let's for me, if it's someone I'm getting married to, if it's someone that would decide let's have joint accounts, I don't have a problem. If you say let's not have, I don't have a problem with him. It shouldn't be by force, and it will not be a problem.
Welcome back from that Vox Pop. Those are the opinions of people on the streets of Abuja. The topic, it's as you heard, everybody has his own opinion. Your opinion matters in this discussion. I'd like to know from you as well as the program goes on. The phone line will be open for you to air your opinion. But before we get there, let's hear from our guest. Sir, your opinion based on the current economic situation of the country. What's your opinion about having a joint bank account within couples in marriage?
Okay, so I think is useful, especially for planning. So from experience, you have couples who are, some male are spontaneous in their spending, some women are spontaneous in their spending. So I think a joint account could probably restrict those
Spontaneity.
yeah, so you are now guided. Each time you want to spend from that account, it means you must get consent. And it means if you're also going to use the principle of joint account, it means both parties must the mandate must be both parties to sign. So it means one party cannot just dominate the account and then go, off into draw.
Based on the opinions we just heard from, what would you say, how efficient is the practice in Nigeria presently?
Well, is again, before I go there, so let me make this point clear. I think the first responsibility for marriage is the man. So the man is the owner of money in the house. The man is the principal provider of money in the house. All right. So if we have established this, it means that even if I have a joint account with my wife, and we agree on the principle of joint savings, so it means we all agree on what percentage of our income that is put there. Over time, the practice is that is not sufficiently worked in most places. So even where you have, like I said, you have to look at the mandate. So I've seen cases where the husband allowed the wife to have unencumbered access to the account. But when the woman started abusing those privileges, the husband had to also adjust the mandate. So even though there's access to the woman, there's a bit of restriction on how many times she can use from that account.
Looking at disputes within family as a result of having a joint account, you discover that, okay, what are the perception as a professional banker? You should have what are the perception or you said there should be a reason for having this joint account. What are the perception of families in your bank, probably where you work or in your encounter in life? What are the perception you think that people have concerning the issue? I will have a first caller. Let's hear from him. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sunday show.
Good afternoon.
Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Cynthia. I'm calling from Kubwa.
Cynthia from Kuba, what's your opinion?
I don't believe in joint accounts. That's my own. Because to avoid fee. That's my own.
To avoid, okay. Thank you, Cynthia from Kuba. Say she avoid to avoid finish.
Yeah, so like the last question you asked, conflict. Now, I think that when couples have joint accounts, it reduces the escalation of conflict because you know that we have a means that is bounded by both of us. But there could be many reasons why, like she just said, syphilis, why couples do not want to have a joint account because when there's a dispute, for instance, I need the husband to also sign the check if I have to withdraw, or I need the wife to sign. So for me, joint account helps couples just settle their
So can
differences.
you hold that thought? Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, the discussion will continue. Let's go on this quick break. Take a musical break. When we come back, the discussion will continue.
Need to get Lagosians out of this funk. Something needs to everybody celebrate. This not the time to the jolly date. Africa they dominate. So I'm gonna show me up to my head. Roll up. If you get the money, money, my brother make you not get jolly, jolly, this is life, you don't get it back to it, back to it. One in mama, mama, if I never want to go for the dance, them go wake up, yeah, this guy do them go wake up, it's a flavor one they call it wake up, and the mommy daddy them go wake up, them go wake up, yeah, this guy do them go wake up, it's a flavor one they call it wake up, and the mommy daddy them go wake up.
Welcome back from that musical break. Before we went on the break, we were discussing joint bank accounts in marriage for couples. And sir, some people have the opinion that when you have a joint account with your partner, it brings togetherness. What's your is that what you would you say that that's the experience you have as a banker, seeing couples coming in and out every day?
Okay, so like I said, thank you for that question. So I've seen a couple of joint accounts, and truly, you discover when, as a wife, you come to draw for an account where probably your husband has funded. It gives you satisfaction. Or you're a husband, you draw from an account where your wife has funded. It gives you a bit of, ownership of that family. So I think it does breed that, but beyond um, joint accounts is the jointness of money that is more important for me.
Some people also say that the access maybe it makes it easier for when it comes to claims in case of death and all that. Would you say it's been easier for most people who have joined that joint account? What's the advantages of that? What's that area?
Yeah, so I'll use my.
Can you hold on? We have a
Okay,
caller.
okay.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sunday show.
Good afternoon.
Can you tell us your name or where you're calling from?
My name is Francisca from the area 2.
Okay, good afternoon. What's your opinion on the topic?
I like the topic joint bank account for couples. I think we, the women, we need it more to monitor the spending of our husbands because if you allow them, they spend out of the way. So with the joint account, we'll be able to monitor and that will bring unity. Thank you so much. You are doing a great job.
Thank you for your
Thank
opinion.
you. Thank you.
Need to be able to monitor the spending of the husband. In some cases, it can also be to monitor the spending of the
Yeah,
wives because
I agree with her.
Yes.
I agree with her because we've seen, I've seen situations where couples were to divorce because the man was a free spender and was not taking care of the family. But once they practice jointness, it reduced a lot of that friction.
I have another caller. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sunday show. Hello. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
What's your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, my name is Michael.
Okay. What's your opinion on this topic?
In my opinion is that to make joint account is to make enough.
Oh.
So, I remember me and my wife, we joined account together. Anywhere she will ask after me immediately where I live because of love. They when we separate the account, nobody care about anybody's thing. So this is my opinion.
Thank you very much for that. Some people have this fear, like there's some questions that people would like to know. Okay, what are those questions I'm supposed to ask when I'm trying to have a joint account with my partner? What are those things I'm supposed to put in mind?
So joint account is founded on trust.
Okay.
Without trust, there's no even need to even get married in the first place. So if I trust you enough to marry you, I should trust you enough to have a joint account. The other issue is transparency. Both parties must be transparent. All right. So if you're going to draw from account on the basis of what we have agreed, let it be strictly for that purpose. All right. Don't draw from an account and use it to do something else. So I think those are basically two ingredients that a joint account is founded.
Calls keep coming in. Let's speak this ahead. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sunday show. Good afternoon. What's your name and where you're calling from? Hello. Good afternoon.
My name is Joseph.
Where are you calling? Okay. What's your opinion on the topic?
Actually,
The network is bad. Barely hearing. So, and like you gave the reasons you gave. There are other things like the disadvantages of that. What are those disadvantages you have when you're operating a joint account?
So again, like I said, most people are spontaneous. So if the mandate tying those joint accounts are fluid, if the mandates are too open, then you may not have curbed the excesses of the second person. So you just have people spending, for instance, an account where the wife knows that my husband will always fund. The woman will just, use the account, to fund her excesses if she does not have control and if there's no planning towards where you are going to use the money for.
That's all. That's good. There's caller. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sunday show. Good afternoon. What's your name and where you're calling from?
my name is Dambaba from Abuja.
Okay. What's your opinion on the topic, joint accounting?
Well, the topic here, the joint account is actually a good, but sometimes it brought distraction.
It's what?
It brings distraction.
Okay.
As a father or in the house.
Can you enlighten us more?
I say it brings distraction as a father in the house.
Okay.
Why I am saying this is because by the time as a father you want to do something,
Yes, we're listening.
woman will be suspecting you.
Okay.
So it's advisable if you don't join account, they don't mean that you don't love your wife. You don't love there's no transparency. I believe.
So thank you very much.
What's this thing?
Hello? Hello?
By the time you join your account together, it will bring distraction.
Okay.
You won't be able to do what you want to do.
Thank you for what's your name again?
My name is Dambaba Michael from PC Elijah.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Can I?
Okay, hello.
Don't worry.
Okay, thank you very much for calling.
Okay. So, Mr. Dembaba, I want to think of the distraction in terms of you want to buy A and your wife says no, don't buy A because you don't agree or she doesn't agree with what you want to do. If that's the distraction you are looking at, I think that communication can help you solve that. Again, I also said, if you remember, that joint account is founded on trust and transparency. So it means that for you to own a joint account with your wife or your spouse, whichever one suffices, um, you must have the element of trust, you must have the element of transparency. Then you must also be planning. So it means that that account also leads you to do something together. So it's not just open that because you have saved money, you just go and eat the money up unnecessarily.
So some people talk about like where he's complaining now. So
Yeah.
I think his issue is about privacy. Some people have that issue of privacy. Because they have different spending habits, and then he wants to do some things on his own level, feeling as if he's the man of the house, and then that could become an issue for him with his wife if the wife begins to check in on him.
Yeah. So why we talk about um, joint accounts, it doesn't mean that all monies in the house is placed in the joint account. What I simply think that couples can do is agree what percentage of my income goes into a joint account. What is the purpose of that joint account? It must be established from ab initio before you have a joint account. So that I know couples who have their children outside the country or who were paying at the time, they were paying school fees for the children while they were in university. So they put money in that account, to take care of school fees. So it's not an account they come every time to touch. But once it's school fees period, you see them giving you instruction, pay X, pay X, pay X. So the purpose should be known from ab initio.
That is to make sure you ask the right questions and put an understanding from the beginning
before you even do the joint account. So it's not because you love your wife or you love your husband, you just jump into a joint account without establishing the purpose, the rationale, the conditions for those accounts. No.
On your own opinion now, would you encourage operating a joint account between couples? Hold that thought. Let's line up. So I was saying, would you encourage having a joint account between couples?
So if couples understand the fundamentals of money first, if couples understand the fundamentals of why they are couples, yes, I will. But if they don't, I'll allow them operate.
We have a caller.
Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sunday show. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sunday show. Doesn't seem busy. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, good afternoon. Hello. Person seems distracted. So, like you said, it depends on what they have to understand themselves as couples first for them to be able to operate such an account.
I think one of the fundamental things also is that most marriages are founded on deception. So because they are founded on deception, everything they do is bounded, is under the bounds of deception. So we need to start encouraging marriages to be open and transparent.
Can you give us a final word on the topic, just something brief for us to?
Okay, so again, money is jointly owned. If you understand that principle, then it's easier to understand whether you want to have a joint account or whether you want to operate your account separately. But the most important thing is let there be not a problem or miscommunication arising from the use of money in the home. Okay, everybody, once I earn an income, my wife already knows that I earn an income, all right, and I declare it. I say, oh, I just got X. From this activity that I did, I just got X. Okay, so she's already planning within the confines of how much I've just explained that I have. All right, if she has money too, and she'll say, oh, my husband, and they just paid this, so I have this money. All right, so I have an idea, even though I won't go to her to say, let's spend this money. All right, but she's already planning on my own money because I have headship of money. I have to provide for the family. So if we understand all of this first, so whether I have a joint account or I operate a personal account, my wife operates a personal account, money is jointly owned in in the house.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your opinion. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed the discussion with you.
Thank you, sir.
So it's been nice talking to our guest today. His name is Eddie Arok. He's the Executive Secretary of National Association of Microfinance Bank. Thank you for having me on the show, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It is good to know that having the process of establishing a perfect budget in a marriage helps in bringing about a simple way of discussion, and the time you take in cooperating and in having to decide on operating a joint account brings about understanding in the marriage. So today we are really happy that we were able to discuss this topic with you on the Sunday show. We hope to you join us next week for an exciting edition of the program. My name is Daniel David Nyam. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.